People, man. Y'all, I know y'all been missing us. We ain't been on in a couple weeks, but that's okay. We had to switch it up. Hey, I got some stuff for y'all to talk about, and I got a brother that y'all need to meet. But first off, let me bring in my brother with the Moses, Mr. Ferocious.
You already know this.
My brother, let me play your theme music, bro.
Now they watching us. Every drop go, they ain't stopping us. Look on them like this. Get different if you want real talk. Better switch your vision. Switch it up if we build this lane. There's no cap, yeah, we sweep that game from the bottom to the top. Now we running that stack, switch it up, podcast, yeah, remember the name. I was building this vision while they speaking it down.
What?
Every time I drop, got my talking about me. No filter, every.
What's up? First off, before I do anything else, please let me give honor to God, because without him, none of this stuff, none of our skills and talents are possible. So, with that, Ferocious, what's up, Brad? I mean, I know I seen you outside the podcast, but man, what you been doing for 2 weeks, bro? You know, people want to know, man. What up?
Man, you know, but we don't like to say too much, but we've been in the lab, we've been working, you know, scientist suit on and mixing up some chemicals, you know. So yeah, we've been
just to
busy.
let y'all know,
busy.
that brother has got some fire coming. He got some fire coming. I'm telling y'all, to a podcast near you. But also, we want to give it up to our homegirl, our friend, our business partner, Katrina Monger, Busy Hands, and official merchandise for the podcast. If you need your hats, hoodies, go on Facebook, look for Busy Hands. You can get not only podcast stuff, but she can make some stuff that you couldn't even think of. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, before we even get to bringing this brother up, what's up, man? The playoffs, NBA playoffs, bro. They on the way. Who you got, bro? Right. Coming out the East and the West. Who you got?
Look, it's tough, man. Right now, you know, you got some real serious teams. It's hard to not say OKC coming out the West right now. You know, they back. They got everything clicking. Machine is well running right now. Hard to not say that. Although my heart wants the Lakers to get it. Come on, we know why. But outside of that, in the East, them Boston Celtics, man, I feel like they're gonna take it right on over if they time.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Me, I'm gonna go OKC Detroit.
Ooh. Detroit? Okay. I could see, you know, they definitely up there. We'll see, what's his name? Kid Cade. He's back in action now after missing some games.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's see how they start clicking before this postseason starts. It'll be nice.
Man. Right now, the brother who I'm about to bring up, I'm going to tell you this right now. You may have heard of him, and you may have heard of him. But I'm going to tell you right now, I heard of him. The one and only. Yes.
Yo, what's up? Yay. All right. Shit, I feel like Ice Cube.
We finally made it, bro.
Yeah, for real, man.
Hey, just the problem though. out of them National City apartments, we made it, bro.
Yeah, bro. Hell yeah, we made it. You know what I'm saying? We come a long way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yes,
for
sir.
real, man.
We gonna get into it a little bit, man. Hey,
Hey, I like that song by Bloodstone. We go a long way back. You know what I mean?
sir,
Yeah.
yes, sir. Hey, let me just give y'all like a pet peeve, man, real fast. And we worked together way back, way, long time ago. This brother challenged this man. He said, "Hey, bruh, you don't look all that strong, bruh. I bet you $25 you can't do 500 push-ups." And I was looking like, "Yo, bro, 500? See, I know you're strong, but that's a little much." He said, "No problem." I said, "Oh, he got down."
Yeah.
You now my homeboy, bro.
Yeah.
Man, forget you, man. You still ain't strong.
Hey, man, you know,
that was a funny moment,
yeah. It took it took a lot of time, man. Yeah, I was doing like just a whole bunch of push-ups every day and see how many I could knock out. And, you know, I used to hear all these stories about Bruce Lee doing this many push-ups, you know, and a lot of times when people say stuff, you know, you have to separate, you know, fantasy from reality, you know what I mean? But I had to see if I can do it, you know what I mean? And I said, if I can do it, I'm sure Bruce Lee was able to do it also, you know what I mean? Push out so many push-ups, you know, but they said he did it with one hand and, you know, but hey, nobody ever seen it, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that he hasn't, but, you know, I said, well, hell, let me try something, you know, and I like to prove myself. Yeah. So, but yeah, man, how y'all been?
Good, man. We've been good, man. We've been good.
Great,
man. What's going on with that? What y'all think about that fight, man? That Pacquiao fight, Mayweather.
I think Mayweather is going to, if they fight, they're fighting in San Diego. They're supposed to. They said that the fight's been canceled.
That's gonna be crazy.
But yeah, it's gonna be crazy. But I think Floyd is going to knock Pacquiao out this time. You know, he said he was, but we'll see. You know, I think Mayweather's like Crawford. You know, once he didn't fight you once, you know, the next time, you know, he didn't already got you kind of figured out. You know, unless Pacquiao does something different, you know what I mean? And so, but I want to see also Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevens. You know, I never bet on fights, but I think this time I'm going to bet. You know, and you know, I guess you can bet online, and you know, hey, it's going to be a lot of fun. You know, yeah. So
all kind of ways these days.
What about you, Ferocious? Who you got?
I mean, it's hard to not take Floyd.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
He's done it once, he's gonna do it again.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
Hey, check this out. I mean, now, as far as, you know, women goes, you know what I mean? I'm about to just ask, you know, a lot of times, man, you know, these females, you know, they get into these fight sports and they do really good. But then they start feeling like they can take on a guy, man. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it's delusional.
I know where you're going.
Yeah. I ain't gonna say no names, but I'm just saying, you know, it's just like, you know, enjoy your, you know, your craft or whatever, but don't cross the line. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because, you know, a lot of times, you know, people like Ryan Garcia, you know what I mean? I'm gonna use him. You know, he's a guy. He felt that he can beat Tank Davis, which he's supposed to feel that way. You know what I mean? And as a guy, you know, he went in, did his thing, but he came up short. Now, as far as a female who claimed they can beat these, you know, top athletes, there's some delusion there. You know what I mean? And I think, you know, it's just like, okay, take a back seat. You know, I've had females, you know, in the gym that actually came up to me and wanted to, you know, like spar or whatever, or they claim they can do this and do that. And I just kind of laugh it off, man. You know what I mean? And, you know, but out of all due respect, you know, I don't really go all out, you know, to try to hurt them. But the coaches, you know, they do tell you, hey, don't let these females hit you. If they hit you, hit them back. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I mean, if you let them hit you, they can knock your teeth out. You know what I mean? Because they're trained. You know what I mean?
On that, what you're saying, if you had to spar with somebody, who do you think you could get with if you had, and you could spar just one-on-one right now? If you had to spar, who would you pick?
Oh man, I like this guy, right? I don't really want to throw his name out there. Well, not Mike Tyson, you know. I mean, no, there's no way he can spar with me. He ludicrous. No, I was gonna say Michael Jai White. Yeah, I would like to. Yeah, I would like to spar Michael Jai White. You know, like a friendly sparring match. You know, I don't want to, you know, just throw it out there like that, but. Yeah, I think it'll be good. You know what I mean? It'll be pretty good. I can hold my own. You know what I mean? And yeah, because you know, I mean, I'm gonna probably see him again, and you know, I don't want like that you know, tension in the air or whatever. You know, and so I try to be respectful and stuff like that.
Let me put out a few things about this brother. So the whole world will know about this brother, okay? Professional actor, dancer, choreographer in the industry, film, entertainment, independent projects. He's known for his Patience, P-Light short films in 2015, Anatomy of an Anti-Hero, also listed as films and platforms as an actor with a small filmography. Number one of Anatomy of the Anti-Hero. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Am I correct?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It's with writer director Alan Delaby, who has he's pretty well known in Europe, and he's done some film. He stepped in for Jean-Claude Van Damme. He kind of looks like Jean-Claude Van Damme, and you know, he does all the splits, you know, the jump kicks and things of that nature. And yeah, Anatomy of an Anti-Hero. My character was supposed to be serious, you know what I mean? But I kept coming off like Chris Tucker from Rush Hour, man. You know what I mean? So it kind of brought humor to the project, you know? Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. You know, it was a lot of fun. Yeah. And so, and I gotta say this: there's haters. There's a lot of haters. You know what I mean? And they know exactly who they are. You know, and if they want to spar, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind, you know, putting on the gloves with them too. Yeah, that's right. I said it.
Thank you.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
Yeah, tell me why
it ain't gonna take no 500 push-ups. This is gonna take about a couple. You know what I'm saying? All right. I'm sorry.
Tell them how you really feel.
Yeah, I think I just did that.
I mean, speaking on that, have you ever had any people you had to cut off? People
Hell
you had to
yeah.
cut off, like when you was leveling up.
Yeah. You know, people that you thought was cool with you, and you know, y'all working together. You know what I mean? And then come to find out, you know, you get people coming up to you telling you, hey, yeah, this person said this person said that, and it's like, what? you know, and I kind of brushed it off. I said, yeah, all right, it's cool, whatever, you know. He probably don't mean it. And then all of a sudden, you know, you're on another project and you get the same thing. Hey, so-and-so said this, so-and-so said that, you know. And then, you know, now it's like, well, if he really feels that way, if he got balls, you know, he'll come and say it to my face, you know, but I don't approach the person. But then we're on another project. This lady comes up, hey, you know, so-and-so said this and so-and-so said that. And he was saying this. I said, what? I said, you serious? Now it's to the point to where I had to approach the person. I had to tell him, like, listen, man, you know, I've been hearing this since we was here doing this project. And then all of a sudden now somebody coming and telling me that you saying this and saying that. And now we're on this set. And now, you know, I'm like, dude, like, leave the past behind or whatever. Let it go. And I'm like this, if you really want to get down, you know what I'm saying, then hell, I mean, we're right here at the beach, you know what I'm saying? You know, we ain't got nothing but air and opportunity. And it's like, I'm not trying to be tough, but it's just like, damn, man, you know, I'm tired of hearing people keep telling me that you saying this and saying that. And so, you know, I just had to, just cut them off, you know, and, you know, I haven't spoke to them. And this person, we were supposed to be kind of helping each other, you know, like get onto different projects, you know, but I found this person was a big hater, and I just let it go, you know what I mean? And I have no dealings with them, you know, and they're still like friends with me on Facebook, but you know, I just keep pushing forward and, you know, doing what I have to do, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Ferocious, you got any questions? Anything you want to add? You want to ask?
I mean, it just, to me, it sounded like you had a silent or a quiet spar with him, and you know, might have gave him a black eye or something. He's holding resentment, man. You know?
Yeah. So
that's what it sounds like to me.
Well, no. So this person is like, he does a few films, you know, but like every time I get a project, you know, or something like that, you know, he would always, it was never like, congratulations. It was like, how'd you get that? You know, yeah, well, I'm doing this. It's like, okay, well, cool. This ain't no competition, mother, you know, I'm not in no competition, you know? Yeah. And it's like, cool, you know, hope you get whatever it is you're trying to get, you know, but it's like, nah, I ain't gonna help you. You know, I mean, I was, but you know, we're supposed to be helping each other out. But you know, since you know you got this animosity, you know, hey, I ain't gonna work with you, you know, because for your safety, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna keep, you know, pushing forward and just not think about you, you know? Yeah.
Right.
And so, yeah, man, I ain't got time. You know, life is too short, you know what I mean? And I don't need nothing to get in the way of what it is I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? And it's already hard enough to break into the industry. You know what I mean? And sometimes there's faster ways to get in, you know, I guess. But, you know, no, I'm just going off of hard work or whatever, man. You know what I mean? And yeah, you know.
Nice.
So if you was you know, you said you played in this movie. If you had a superpower right now, any superpower right now, what would it be?
Boy. Well, since we're on the podcast, I'll keep one of them to myself. X-ray vision. Oh, too late. I'm just joking. And no, I'm not. And nah, I'm not like that. Anyway, I think I would say super strength, you know, strength.
You need more of it? You need more of it?
Yeah. More strength, man. You know what I mean? I like to move mountains. You know what I mean?
Doing 500 push-ups ain't enough, huh?
Matter of fact, let me change that. I would like strengthen my faith, because you know, with faith I could do about anything. You know what I mean? There you go. Yeah, my faith.
Woo! Brother, that one right there. Look.
Yeah.
Gotta love that one. Gotta love that one.
Yeah.
If you had a superpower, like, I got faith I'm gonna get that job, you're hired.
Yeah, exactly. You know, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. And I would like my faith to be greater than the mustard seed. You know what I mean? Yeah. I want the whole yard. Yeah.
So what role do you think challenged you the most mentally or emotionally?
When I had to play a character by the name of Slim, you know, it was supposed to be a true story of a drug dealer who was dealing drugs in the church. You know what I mean? And I had to go into that character and have that mindset, you know, as a dope dealer in a church. And on top of that, I had to be able to cry on cue. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
And yeah. And let me tell you, man, I was on stage.
Was you laughing some of the time? Did you laugh some of the time you was about to cry?
Did I laugh?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so check it out. Yeah, I almost laughed, right? I almost broke character. So, you know, I was supposed to be in a church, and let me tell you, when you're an actor and you acted around people who's new to it, they can really screw it up for you. You know what I mean? But you have to be strong in your craft, you know, as not to break character. You know, like I was playing Slim, right? And we're on the stage, and there's a bunch of people, and the lady that was playing my mother, she came up to bring me to the altar, and she was praying for me, and I was supposed to say my line. And so my niece and my sister and then was out in the audience, and my niece, you know, she was all quiet, right? I mean, the room was quiet, and people was telling me, "Go ahead, brother, it's okay, let it out, go ahead and cry." And then my niece, she goes, "Uncle forgot his line." And everybody started laughing, and I almost laughed right then and there. You know what I mean? And I had to cover my face up, man, you know, and that's what helped me to cry, you know, when my niece said that. You know, I said, "God dog it, you know, you ain't supposed to tell nobody that." You know? Yeah.
It's funny, man. I don't know. I'm right now, I probably would have lost it.
Yeah. Well, no, check this out. So then I'm going back to my seat, right, with tears in my eyes, you know, and I'm being set down by the usher. You know, everybody's in character. And so now some of the other actors, this is what I'm talking about, the professionalism right here. Some of the other actors, they look and they go, "Hey, you all right? You still crying?" And I'm looking like, "Mother, it's acting. I'm still in character." Like, turn around, shut your up. You know what I mean? Yeah, don't break character. You know? Yeah. And the acting coaches, they tell you, you know, stay in character, because as long as you're on that stage, you know what I mean? You have to, you know, be believable to the crowd. Now, in front of the camera, you can cut, you know, just cut, you know, go back or whatever, they can edit. On stage, there's none of that. You know what I mean? And if somebody mess up, you have to improv, you know, meaning, you know, you have to pick up and create some lines, you know, within the realms of the story, you know what I mean? And to get them back on track, or for you to stay on track. So, you know, and it's just like anything else, you know, you practice it, you know, you get stronger and stronger, you know, in your craft, you know, and in your delivery, you know, that's anything that you practice. And so, you know, and there's some days that I feel like I'm not at my best, you know, or I feel like, dang, you know, I need to do more, or I need to do better, you know, and you don't ever want to overact either, you know what I mean? Because, yeah, overacting looks funny, and you see that a lot too. And yeah, well, Jim Carrey, hey, Jim Carrey's cool. He can get away with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he can get away with it. He can't get away.
Anything.
Eddie Murphy, maybe.
Yeah. So, I've
Now you know.
overacted a couple of times, huh?
Now you know, Ferocious is an inspiring script writer.
No, is that right?
Yeah, man, we've been aspiring for quite a while, just working between that and music, and music kind of it was a root, so kind of went back to that a little bit, but at the same time, definitely getting back into writing. So, and maybe you can you know, play my first
Hell yeah.
movie or my first episode or something like that, first series or something, man. Help me out.
Sorry. No, yeah, that's what's up. Hey, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. It's called networking, and yeah, I'm all down for it,
Definitely,
man. You know what I mean? And vice versa,
absolutely,
you know.
right,
And
right.
so,
Networking.
you write music too, huh?
Yeah, yeah, we've been writing music, man, just different genres.
We definitely like
Yeah,
music around him.
yeah, man. I think music is in our blood. Period. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
the creativity and you know um I think people, I don't want to sound like you know prejudice or racist because there's none of that. It's just that we
It is
brought a
what
lot.
it is.
You know, yeah, we brought hip hop, jazz, R&B, and even country, man. And without that, now you have other people that do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like
Absolutely.
people, yeah, some people, they don't want to give us credit, others do, but hey, like the truth hurts, but hey, the truth will set you free, and you can't change the truth. And so, and I remember one time George Clinton, he was on stage getting this lifetime music award, and I think Lauryn Hill was presenting it to him, and I remember George Clinton said something like, yeah, the funk the funk is not ours. The funk is everybody's. We don't own the funk. And I'm like, yo, hold up, bro. I was with you, but god dang it, you gotta stop right there. You know what I'm saying? The funk is ours. You know what I mean? We gotta keep something. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff is ours. Now you giving up the funk. You know what I mean? And I said, come
Not the
on,
funk,
George, man.
man. Come on, man.
Yeah. Like when they, yeah,
You
the
know,
funk didn't come from the Doobie Brothers.
look, I get what
Huh?
he was trying to say. But like you said, no, that's ours, bro. No,
Yeah,
we
that's
got that.
ours. Yeah, we share it with the
We
world. You
sharing
know what
it.
I'm saying?
There you go.
Yeah, we
There
share
you
it.
go.
Oh,
Yeah.
speaking about that, man, I totally forgot, man. I totally forgot something to put two key things, man. You used to dance on Soul Train.
Oh. Yeah, boy. God, yeah, Soul Train. Soul Train was it was beautiful, man. I never thought that I would ever get on Soul Train. Matter of fact, I had no idea I was gonna go on Soul Train as Shamar Moore's guest. You know what I mean? That's how that happened, you know. Uh yeah, he was working on a marriage clause, and it was him and George Carlin and Hall. Uh, it was Jim Carrey's wife at the time who played in the movie Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. And I had did the Cisco Shakedown, and I was winning all the dance battles on MTV, and I got cheated by Cisco. That's right, Cisco, the thong song. You know what I mean? We was in a dance battle, and this was behind the scene, and I had beat him, man, and I really didn't want to battle him because he was the host of the show, and I knew it was bad for business. You know what I mean? And after the break, we started dancing again at the beach house, and I won. And to make a long story short, they asked Cisco because he had the final say so. They said, "Okay, Cisco, you had the final say so," and he goes, "All right. I know it's a dance competition, but." As soon as he said that, man, I already knew right where he was going with it. And I ain't gonna lie, man, I wanted to cry, right? I was real mad, but I had to keep a fake smile on my face because I'm on camera, And he said he was gonna go with this guy named Charlie. and they asked him why, because he said Charlie was dressed like a vampire. You know what I mean? And the crowd was booing, you know. And so I'm trying to walk away, and the camera crew's coming up to me. So how do you feel? How do you feel? And in my head, I'm like, get that goddamn camera out my face. You know, I felt like Eddie Murphy, you know, from The Golden Child, you know, when he said, put that camera back on me before I bust your ass. Anyway, yeah, man, I really wanted to, man, I was really upset, you know what I mean? And I said, now I know how some of those pageants feel, you know, when they're, you know, on stage and they feel like they got cheated, you know what I mean? But I really did get cheated, you know what I mean? And, you know, I was like, yeah, well, congratulations to Charlie. In my head, I was like, not, you know, and I said, man, he go a long way. Not. But the person that won the whole Cisco Shakedown was a guy out of Oceanside. His name is Legend, you know. And if Legend, you watching this, yeah, that's right. You know, Sapphire, your boy, you know what I mean? And yeah, so I'm glad that Legend won, you know what I mean? And people wanted to see me and Legend battle. And Legend, you can probably find him on YouTube, you know. I don't know if he's still dancing or not. Maybe he is, you know. And yeah, he was a real good dancer, you know.
And then that second point, tell us about the fighting you had in Japan.
Oh no. So no, I was fighting different people like in in-house battles and stuff. But no, I didn't go to Japan. Man, I would have loved to have went to Japan. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. I would have felt like one of them Shaw brothers. You know what I'm saying? Let me see your kung fu. You know. But nah, man, you know, I was fighting people like out of my weight class, man. I've been fighting since I was like 13, and I was fighting like grown men, you know what I mean? Like literally grown men. And I was fighting grown men out of this place called the Dragon's Temple. And then I moved out here to San Diego, you know what I mean? And then this guy named Kiyoshi, who just passed away last year, he's from Japan. He had schools in Japan and stuff like that. You know, he started using me, you know, to make his point. So he would have me like in sparring sessions. And then, man, I did judo tournaments and stuff like that. I did wrestling tournaments, you know, and I did full contact, man. You know what I mean? And I'm still like an unknown, you know what I mean? And I'm still doing it today, you know what I mean? And, you know, I've also did like
somebody asked a question. Somebody said, was that battle in San Diego at the San Diego at the MTV Beach House?
Yeah, it sure was. That's right. It was at the beach house, you know, and it was cold as hell, you know what I'm saying? And they would spray our bodies you know, they would spray water on us while it was cold, you know, to make us look like we were sweating. But once you started dancing, you know, your body heat, you know, was generated, and it kind of warmed it up. But yeah, it was at the beach house back in I think it was 2000, something like that. Yeah, the Cisco Shakedown.
Yep. Yeah, somebody recognized you, man. Look, somebody look. Look, you got fans out there, bro. Yeah,
check this out. Yeah, check this out. I'm still dancing. You know, dancing to me is an art. It's like martial arts. You know what I mean? And I'm never giving it up. There's this guy named Cool Boy. All right, you know, y'all can probably find him too. He's all over. He's keeping pop locking alive. You know what I mean? And you know, I met him when he was teaching a class. He danced for Sugar Free, you know what I mean? And Sugar Free was just in town, you know. He was teaching a class down in Old Town, and I met him then, you know what I mean? And it's just like an introduction, you know, when I meet another popper, you know, they start popping. And it's not necessarily a battle, you know what I mean? But it's just like, oh, see what you got, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's just like a rite of passage, man. And you know, but see, I don't just do popping. I dance, period. You know what I mean? You know, but popping is just one of the main dances, you know. But And a lot of times you get people, they go, oh, popping is old, that's old, that's old. Like, no, so the braids are old. The afro is old. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's nothing new under the sun. You know, martial arts is old, but people continue to do it. You know what I mean? Dancing is dancing. It's a form of self-expression, you know?
Right.
And I'm going to do it to the day I die, you know? And don't ask why.
Hey, hey, look,
Yeah.
you know, some of us aren't born with 2 left feet, you know, and you are definitely one of them. Sounds like, you know, I ain't seen that.
Hey, you know,
I definitely check you out.
hey, you know what, man? You know, I do, even when I'm dancing, in my mind, I feel like I have 2 left feet. You know what I mean? And so that kind of helps me to go harder, you know what I mean? And to just, you know, just do better. You know what I mean? I'm always trying to improve. And so I'm real flexible, you know what I mean? And so when I dance,
when I first seen him dance, I thought about the electrical boogaloo. He was hitting the moves. I'm just look. You see the moves? He get the popping. He throw his head over here. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's gonna look retarded.
Nah, man. You know what?
Wait, hold on. No, wait. Somebody just said he used to do this crazy Karate Kid. The F up Cisco up when he did that karate kick. Yeah, you did a karate kick that messed Cisco up when y'all was at the house.
I probably did, man. I don't, you know, it's been so long, you know, but because you know when Cisco wanted to battle, it was all in love, but then you know how you could read people, you know what I mean? You get like a discernment, you know. I got this discernment, like, okay, this is not going to be good. And so I was trying to tell the guys in the camera crew, I said, nah, I don't really want to do this, but they kept egging me on, like, go ahead, and I was just like, all right, the hell with it, you know what I mean? So he did his thing and I did my thing, you know. And I don't remember what I did, but I know it was enough to get the job done.
I know this, man. You got some fans. You got some fans out here, man, that remember you when you did your thing, bro. That's what's up, bro. You got any new projects that you got coming out that we should look forward to looking for?
Yep. I got a lot. I'm not allowed to talk about them. I have you know, because you know they make you sign what they call NDAs and things of that nature, and I don't want to put my foot in my mouth, you know. But you know, just look for the
name. Just look for the name.
Yeah, just look for the name. I'm doing some dance videos, some real videos also. I'm bringing something. Well, like I said, there's nothing new under the sun, but you know, I'm always challenging myself, and I'm bringing something different. I'm also going to try to add martial art weapons into my dance routines. You know what I mean? And hey, it's just like magic. You know, I want to bring a miracle. You know, magic is temporarily, and miracles are forever. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so while somebody else is lucky, I want to be blessed. You know? Yeah.
Hiroshi, you got anything else?
Man, I'm trying to get tips on how to do 500 push-ups and how long was it? 10, 20 minutes, 15 minutes?
Man, it was less than 20 minutes, bro.
Yeah.
Every day. A lot of push-ups every day. How many
every day
will get you to 500?
Shoot, man, I ain't doing that today. Yeah. You know,
this was a while back. What you think?
Yeah. I mean, you know, I quit like practicing and like certain things, you know what I mean? Certain things I just let it go because I feel like there's really no benefit to doing it, you know. But like if I'm going to give a martial art demonstration, I like to rip telephone books. I like to do some trick kicks and stuff like that. And,
That's what the thing I was saying. The trick kick. You did that to Cisco.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Cisco's the dragon, man. I don't want Cisco to hear this video and be like, what that nigga at? No. I want my revenge. Yeah. Let me see your thong. Yeah.
Come and drop a hit record just for you. Just to say
Yeah. Shoot, I had to call out Usher. Usher, come get this food. You know what I mean? Get that baby oil too. You know what I'm saying?
No Diddy. No Diddy.
Yeah, no Diddy. No Diddy. Yeah, man. So
look, man, I think we came and did and put the man on the map more than he already is, because he done came into the Switch It Up family. Look, man, it's a long time coming, man. I appreciate you, man, just for taking your time out, man.
Can I say this? I like to send a shout out to my godfather. I haven't seen him in a while. He was my boxing trainer. He's the one that got knocked out. Oh, forgive me, Lord. He is the one that fought Mike Tyson. Donnie Long. You know what I mean?
Right under the bus. I
See, you called, bro.
No. I hope you don't see this. No, I mean, I didn't mean it like that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a slip of the tongue, man. It's a slip of the tongue. You know what I mean? Hallelujah, hallelujah. Oh man. You know what? Hey, check this out, man. Donnie Long, everything that I do as far as the fight world, I like to dedicate it to Donnie Long. And man, it's just back in the days, I was like 14 years old, and he really helped me grow in boxing, man. And at the time I didn't know who Mike Tyson was, you know what I mean? And yeah, and he's in Akron, Ohio. I think he's a minister now. And when I go back to Ohio, I want to go and see him and say hi, and to a few other family members and things like that. And so I just want to say I love y'all, and just leave it like that, and I want to thank everybody that
so you saying
chimed in.
You said Mike Tyson knocked him into being a minister?
Oh man. No. I didn't say that. Donnie, I didn't say that now. You know what I'm saying? Now watch out, sucker. Yeah.
I finally can. I bless him with you too.
But now, Tyson was like, I saw his heart beating, and I just want to punch it through his back, I didn't want him to live, and he was talking a lot of stuff in there. I mean, punch his dead curl, punch his why, Nah, man. Yeah, man, Donnie. I mean, I saw Tyson, man, back in the day, like on a video, and somebody bobbing and weaving, that's going to make you intimidated and stuff like that, but when you spar and, you train yourself to fight somebody like that, you're not as nervous, but you're going to be nervous, like stage fright, when you get out there until they throw the first punch and you get broken in, and then all that fear go out the window, unless you're getting your butt beat. But, but I'm not talking about Donnie. Yeah. So,
hey, like I said, man, we appreciate you coming through, bro. Hope this ain't your last time coming in to the Switch It Up podcast. Mr. Ferocious up there said he want to put you in one of his films. You know what I'm saying? So, maybe we make that connection outside and see what happens, bro.
Yeah. So, Mr. Ferocious, are you in San Diego, California?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so that's gonna be a West Side connection. That's gonna be a West
There we
Side
go.
connection.
Trying to tell you.
Yeah, West
Trying to
Side.
Look,
You know what, though?
Look, man, I'm trying to get no sparring section. I don't want to spar, but you know, I would like some tips. You know, some tips on how to be able to defend when the time is right.
Oh man, hell yeah, man! I got you, man, for real. I got you. You know, hey, check this out, man. I always say this, man. I used to say this before. You know, when you know, like Ice Cube and them said West Side, and I always said the WE stand for the West and the East. You know what I mean? And the S stand for the South. You know what I'm saying? So without the WES, you know what I'm saying? You know, there's no West. You know, you need all three of those. You know, West, East, and the South to create the West. You know what I mean?
It's kind of a unique way to say it. See that?
Yeah, and the T, hey, it's just a T. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Stands for the he said that.
Yeah. I heard Snoop say
though. Hold them all together. The T's hold.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, that's right. You know, it's like the crossroad. You know. So, but Snoop said it too. He said you can't have the West without the ES. You know, so to me that's because he's East Siders. Yeah, but the S stand for the South. You know, yeah, man, showing love for brothers and sisters. All over, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, and yeah. I just like to roll like that, man. It's all love. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
always.
So hey, people, we're glad y'all on the outside stuck with us. Facebook, all that. Hey, the most expensive thing you can spend is time. You spent it with us. So with that, T, Ferocious. Hey, bro, we out, man. We did what we came to do, bro. All the way from the suburbs. Woo, woo.
All right. Woo, woo.